Sarkhan's Hearts, WEEI Afternoons. Why play a Jerry Jeudy highlight right now in the middle of the show? We're talking about the Patriots. We were talking about the Crabs. Got a little schmutz there, Andy. There you go. No, all set. You got it.
Mustard?
I don't know what it was.
But
mustard! Glad I don't have to look at it anymore. Yes, not much. I don't know what it was. I don't know what you're eating over there. At any rate, why play a Jerry Jeudy highlight right in the middle of this long Patriots
conversation? Because you want to trade for him.
I would like to. Jerry Jeudy, I'd like to take him on the team. Sure, he's having a great year in Cleveland. And there was some interest in him. I know that there was talk about bringing him in when Mac Jones was here. I don't think that would have hurt anything. That was a guy he played with in college, but that all came and went. The New York Jets, who were eliminated from the playoffs weeks ago, 14 straight season they've not made the playoffs, by the way. They're 4-10. What new thing? What new New York Jets story? It has nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers or anything. What story about the Jets could come out that would make them look even worse than they already look right now? Is there anything? Oh, there's something.
Oh, absolutely.
There is something.
We have called the Patriots dysfunctional this week. I think we might need to step back from that if we now know what dysfunctional looks like.
Woody Johnson, according to Diana Rossini, Mike Silver, and Zach Rosenblatt, who all write for The Athletic. This story's so funny. They wrote about what he's been doing as an owner. We talk about meddlesome owners. He's considered a meddling owner.
Yeah.
One of the most insane parts of this story in The Athletic was what he did in March when GM Joe Douglas was going to make a trade for wide receiver Jerry Jeudy. Douglas reportedly had everything ready to go with the Broncos, the team Jeudy was with in 2023. They only needed Johnson's approval to set things in motion and bring in a player who could have been another weapon for Aaron Rodgers. But instead, Johnson nixed the trade, and the deal never happened. Why? According to the story,
money.
Douglas told the Broncos that Johnson didn't want to make the trade because he felt Jeudy's player rating in Madden, the popular video game, wasn't high enough. This according to multiple league sources. I'd like to remind you that Woody Johnson is a 77-year-old man talking about Madden ratings. I mean, that's amazing. Like, just the fact that he's even aware of Madden ratings, I think, is kind of a wild part of this at all. And I know that in the year of our Lord, 2024, a lot goes into these Madden ratings. They take a lot into account over there at EA Sports.
Yep.
Real stats, 40 times to calculate the speed, like all that stuff. They
update them during the year.
They update them all year long. If you get better, then they make your hands better. If you're a wide receiver, they make you faster. They make your arm strength and accuracy for the quarterbacks better. Everything. Yeah.
Don't they even hire ex-players? Wasn't Chad Ochocinco working as like a consultant to improve the
I don't know
rating?
about that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they hire players.
He's a big video game guy. I know that there's like a Madden rating adjuster that are like at all these games. You know, you see them with those little jackets on. Like they're prominent. And Madden is a big time franchise. Although I will say this, I have not played one snap of Madden this year because I'm so hooked on the NCAA football game. So I don't know what Madden's like this year. Maybe it's not worth playing with the Patriots anyway. So I don't feel like I'm missing that much. But the fact that this got vetoed, and who knows if Jerry Jeudy would have made him any better or any worse this year.
He would not have.
I don't think he would have hurt them.
No,
but, you know.
Devontae Adams didn't save him.
Adams
Jerry
didn't
Jeudy
save him. Garrett Wilson's already there. Like, wide receiver wasn't their problem, is kind of how I feel. So I don't know if it would have made that much of a difference. But either way, to nix a trade because the Madden rating wasn't high enough is just hilarious. I mean, I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. Very, very funny.
And it's symbolic of who he is, what he is. I mean, you read more of the story. He's got some of that. Remember the stories about Daniel Snyder, where he would tell people, even like his neighbors had to call him Mr. Snyder.
Right.
You'd be like, hey, Daniel, how are you? It's Mr. Snyder to you. Well, he went to become the ambassador to, where was it, England, Ireland, Woody Johnson?
Yeah, the UK, right.
And then after that, you had to address him as Mr. Ambassador.
Sir Woody.
What?
You have to call him Sir Woody from now
like,
on. Mr. Ambassador.
Okay. And it's just, and this is, we mock Bill, and there's two ways to look at this. Bill was right, first of all. The ready, fire, aim, idiocy that is the Jets. But Bill was begging him for a job, essentially. Bill wanted to work for this guy. Bill was so desperate, he was willing to work for an owner who vetoed trades based on Madden ratings.
Yes. Now, the reason why he cares about Madden ratings, according to the article, his teenage sons, Brick and Jack.
Wait, his son's name is Brick?
He's got a son named Brick Johnson.
Yeah. News 5, Brick Johnson.
Pretty cool name. They reportedly
Don't
have
kids call other kids bricks when they're dumb?
Dumb as a brick?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
And he named his kid Brick. Is that a nickname?
Brick outside.
Or is it like DeBrickashaw?
Oh, yeah, it's Brick outside.
And Arcand knows Brick very well from his basketball career, right?
That's true. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But he could have named it after famous Jets offensive lineman DeBrickashaw Ferguson.
DeBrickashaw Ferguson, that's true.
He really liked
he's
him.
He's a teenager. That could be right around the same time frame there. He could have just called him DeBrickashaw. That would have been even better. One Jets executive told The Athletic, when we're discussing things, you'll hear Woody cite something that Brick or Jack read online that's being weighed equally against whatever opinion someone else in the department has. A Jets spokesman did not agree that Brick and Jack influenced their father's decision-making. It's used as a reference point. It's not determinative, the spokesman told The Athletic.
So that's not a no.
It's really sad that an adult would use a misleading anecdote about teenagers to make their father look bad. It's ridiculous. The idea that this was used to influence the opinion of experienced executives. This sounds like Woody's Stacey James over there trying to smooth everything over.
Absolutely.
That's what's going on right there. Yet before the 2024 season, Joe Douglas reportedly told close friends, quote, I answer to a teenager.
But you know the funny part is this is now.
Oh my God! This makes me feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit better about the Patriots today.
This is the positive story that Trump has been spinning. That Barron is the one who told him to go on
all the podcasts,
Joe Rogan and all the podcasts because he had like a good feel for what the young people want, and where the eyeballs and ears are going to be. So this is the world. We got 80-year-old billionaires in positions of power who are listening to their.
I bet he was all in on the Hawk Tua coin.
Probably.
Also, there's a report from USA Today that Jeudy appealed to Ocho Cinco to boost his Madden rating after this trade report.
Should have. He should have.
No,
and it's probably going to
better
be
for
a lot
him.
higher next year. Jerry Judy's having a great year. He's having a 1,000-yard season. So, I mean, that's that's the way it works. But, man, you talk about the decision-making process. And a guy like Joe Douglas, who hasn't had all hits, right? I mean, he's had a couple of bad drafts, but he's also had some grand slams. Yeah. I mean, really, like, just the draft with Gardner and Wilson was incredible. Breece Hall, getting Adams over, like, all the stuff that went on.
I think he's drafted pretty well. I've talked about bringing him here as a consultant, as a whatever. I like his drafts.
I take him as the GM today.
Blow away. Yeah, especially when you realize what he's working with.
Yeah.
What's going on behind the scenes. And this is what's all.
Got to make sure that Brick and Jack are in with the picks.
Every time you get an eyeball into what some of these other organizations are, like Miami was dysfunctional, Washington was dysfunctional, Arizona was dysfunctional, the Jets are dysfunctional. I don't want to say it minimizes what Belichick and Brady were able to do, but some of these teams, they lost the season before they started because they are absolute train wrecks starting from the top of the leadership level within the organization in ownership. This is... Okay, who am I to judge, though? I don't know what I would do if I was a billionaire, right? We'd probably be meddlesome, too.
Probably. I don't know if I'd let my teenage kids run rampant in the locker room, which is also going on here.
I certainly wouldn't because I don't know what Joe Douglas was making. I'm guessing it was millions of dollars.
Right.
So I'm going to undercut a guy I pay millions of dollars because my son said something from Madden?
Wasn't even just him. Listen to this.
That's dumb.
Johnson reportedly allowed his sons and their friends access to the team locker room, where only players, coaches, and team personnel are typically allowed. According to The Athletic, Brick and Jack had been heard bad-mouthing Jets players in the locker room after games, and Brick's presence led to a deflating moment in the locker room following the team's win on Halloween, the first under interim head coach Jeff Ulbrich. Rodgers had a game ball in hand to give to Ulbrich, a tradition when a head coach notches their first win, but that did not happen. According to the article, before Rodgers could speak, Brick Johnson took another game ball and awarded it to wide receiver Garrett Wilson in a profanity-laced exclamation, which the owner's son later posted on Instagram. Woody Johnson then gave Ulbrich the ball Rodgers had been holding. Multiple players said the energy was drained out of the room. It was the most awkward, cringeworthy, brutal experience I've ever had in a locker room, according to one player.
And it's weird that they have talent and they don't win. It's funny how that works, right?
I mean, Jesus. The kids running around. Hold on. I want to give a game ball to Garrett Wilson. Yeah, you're the man, Garrett. Like, dude, you're the boss's kid. Shut up. Get out of here. This is why I don't like nepotism in sports, Andy, because of Brick and Jack Johnson. This is when it goes badly. This is what it looks like. It sucks. It makes everyone look bad. It pisses everyone off. You get no respect. It's dysfunctional. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing in sports.
But this isn't really nepotism. This is bad parenting.
It's more that, I guess.
Right?
It's not like they have jobs with the team.
Like, control your kids.
Right.
Be smart about it. Don't raise spoiled brats who are running amok throughout your multi-billion-dollar organization. Yeah. Now, Woody Johnson also is just an inheritance baby, right?
Yes.
He just inherited Johnson & Johnson,
He
or a
certainly
portion
did.
of. So there's lots of layers to how this could go wrong via the Johnson
I learned it
family
from
tree.
watching you, Dad.
Right, exactly.
Basically, yeah.
I learned it from watching you, Your Majesty.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador, I
Sir-
do bow down to you.
Sir Woody, I learned it from you. By the way, Jerry Jeudy is, I think he's rated in the 80s in Madden, something like that. It got me thinking about the best video game athletes of all time. This is a discussion that's been had on the air here before. There's Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl. He's basically number one. Number one with a bullet. I'd say after that, you got Shaq in the first NBA Jam, especially when he gets on fire and he's hitting threes. I mean, can't stop him. Jamal Charles on the Chiefs, some of those Madden games. Michael Vick on the Falcons.
Oh, I remember Michael Vick.
Like, you couldn't play with the Falcons.
Yeah,
that was like a classless move to play with him.
Yes.
Tyson and Punch-Out.
Tyson and Punch-Out.
But he
certainly a good
should
one.
be. 'Cause
Pablo Sanchez.
Pablo Sanchez.
Oh, yeah, everybody
in Wii
always brings
Sports.
that up.
I never really played that game, but
didn't either.
I've heard people say that.
He's the GOAT. Along with John Dowd, MVP Baseball 05.
John
I'll throw him
Dowd,
in too.
good one there. There's Barry Bonds, but he wasn't in the game. Then there's John LeClaire, left winger for the Philadelphia Flyers in the NHL games. There was like a glitch where you could score with him every single time in like the early PlayStation games. So I don't know if that really counts but it was a LeClaire glitch. You could always score.
Love it.
There's other examples if you want to chime in with some. 617-779-7937. Best video game athlete currently right now, Travis Hunter, NCAA football.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Unstoppable? Which side?
Either
Both?
side.
Really?
Either side. He's catching touchdowns. He's going pick six. He's doing everything.
Well, I mean, he's the Heisman winner, so
and
he
that's
should
who I
be.
use when I play online in the game. I play as Colorado, and I rarely lose to anyone because I just give it to Hunter.
Do you have
he's
a
like a
name?
99 at this point.
You like Buffs Boy 72 or something?
That's exactly what I am.
Are you playing the computer or are you playing other people?
I'm playing others.
He's playing
Okay.
little kids in Colorado.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, some of those little kids are good at
Yeah,
these
they
video
are.
games.
if I hear like a little kid voice come on the headset, I'm like, I'm done.
Also swear like a trucker, but
I'm
that's
getting
another
smoked. I have to
story.
like turn it down. They start like making fun of me. I turn it down and quit. Like, shut up.
You rage quit.
Shut up, kid.
Old man.